Live.
What is going on, everybody? We are live. Crooks Podcast.
Here in a recording studio in New York City, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the house.
Yo, this been a dope experience being out here. We went and checked out fights in Madison Square Garden. I got a little chance to explore the whole city, and yeah, we were just shooting our show here in style, class.
Yeah, we are. We're fine. We're fine dining and living the lavish life. Recording music albums, piano concerts, and
Stay tuned for the new album dropping soon. I think we should call this album Foo York.
Foo York.
Yeah, not New York, Foo York.
Foo York.
We're out here, just running wild, being fools.
But yeah, let's recap on where we last left you guys. I know it's been kind of quiet since D-Rod's last fight, but this is gonna be the perfect time to, hear how he feels after everything that he went through in that awesome fucking fight.
Yeah, so this will be the first interview I've done since the fight. What better place to do it than our own show? And just recapping on that. Obviously, didn't go my way that night. Went out there, fought Neil Magny. Great experience. That was the most experienced welterweight on the roster. He's got the most wins now. I try to stop him from setting history, but I did my best. Went out there. Actually, I'm impressed with myself, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm impressed with myself with the way the outcome. The way the fight went. It started off obviously. He obviously tried to. He had success with doing what he does, and that was like putting me on the fence. And I felt like in that first round was really, really close round. Some people might say I went to him. Second round, I felt like I started to really press the pressure, put the pressure on him, which I was surprised with myself. And a lot of people were expecting him to put pressure on me. And I had him backing up majority of the fight, majority of the round, and going into the third, I started to feel like really good momentum on my striking. I was able to. We ended up in the scramble on the ground. I ended up in his guard for a little while, and I feel like one of those situations where I had to make him. I made a decision and letting him back up, and which ended up costing me the fight. So that was one of those things where kind of learn a lesson and experience. So. Yeah, we got back up, and he didn't waste no time. Me personally, I had to learn a lesson there not to fight with pride and just go out there and get it done. I felt like I was, doing great on the feet, and I wanted to keep it there, so I let him back up. He wasted no time in taking me down and wrapping me up, and he did a true veteran move, and that's win. He makes sure to win the fight. He don't care about how he wins the fight. He just makes sure he gets it done, and caught me in a submission, but a lot of people say that I did great in that fight. I feel like I did great in that fight. I've been watching it over and over ever since, and I can't even be mad with my performance. Just a little learning lesson there, and I'll come back even stronger.
For sure. I mean, bro, you fought amazing. That was a great fight. You definitely. A lot of people going into that fight thought it was going to be a 3-round, grapple fest. He was going to control you, put the pressure on you, put you up against the cage. And I think a lot of people saw that the role was reversed. You put him against the cage. You're bouncing him off the cage. I don't think I've ever seen a fighter bounce off the cage from being hit so much, especially in that second round. But from a corner's perspective, being in his corner, watching the fight, obviously we both, just as he said, we both had it 1-1 going into that third round. And being in his corner, it was, if D-Rod's a slow starter. So when he sat on that stool in the third round, he was actually pretty damn hype. He's like, I'm going out there and I'm going to win this fucking round. And when I saw him say that, I was like, he's going to go out and fucking win that round. And, bro, he started off that third round just like he started the second and was just putting it on him. Ended up bullying him into his guard. He was on top of him. And I remember when he got him in that position in his guard, I was thinking to myself, man, just chill here. I was like, yeah, good. And then I started to see, Magny was trying to do some stuff, maybe go for a triangle, play with the wrists a bit. And, I was thinking, I know how it is. I've been there. Sometimes that can make you tired. But D-Rod made the decision because he thought that he could get him out there with the hands, and that's the game that we play. It's a risky game, and sometimes we as fighters want to impress you guys as the fans. So sometimes we'll make a decision that's actually going to end up working against us. Whereas D-Rod in reality could have held Magny down for a couple more minutes and would have won that decision. So you guys have to realize, like, not only are we in high pressure situations, we're also trying to make decisions in those high pressure situations, and sometimes they don't always go our way.
Yeah, and especially at this level of the game, it's all a game of mistakes.
Yeah.
And you make any mistakes at this level in the game, that's the end result. But like I said, I'm not even mad at my at my performance.
It was a positive.
I would have liked the win bonus. I felt like I would have liked some kind of bonus. I didn't think that would have possibility to be fight of the night. But they ended up giving Magny performance of the night, which I was like, what? How did he get the performance when I was whooping his ass? What kind of performance is that? But whatever. At the end of the day, he got the W.
It was because of the record.
Yeah.
They wanted to give him that, so it's understandable. But as you guys know, when this fool fights, it's exciting, man, and he brings it, and he's one of the most exciting strikers, in the welterweight division right now. So you guys are going to be just as excited in the new year. That 2023 is going to be a big year for D, big year for both of us.
Not bad for a stoner. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Speaking of what's coming up for the new year or in the next couple months, big news with you. I hear you're possibly signing.
I mean, I'm waiting for that to come in. We're gonna speculate and keep you guys guessing a few days. But once that contract comes in, I'll make the announcement. We're definitely looking at some options, and I'm kind of excited. It's like a new era. So
yeah, it's outside of MMA, right?
Yeah.
Some real dope outside of MMA. I'm personally a fan of the league, and I think it's super dope.
Yeah.
I think it's coming up, and I think it's the whole production, their setup is fucking dope. So
yeah,
it kind of sucks we can't really tell you, but until
you guys will see, we'll break it soon, and once I have that like all solidified, we'll definitely be talking about the next upcoming fight. But yeah, definitely exciting stuff there, and fucking bringing D-Rod out to New York. First time here.
Yeah, we've been out here since what is it, Monday now? We've been out here since Friday. Touched down here Friday morning.
Yeah, early.
First thing I wanted to do personally was shopping. I mean, you come to New York City, it's fashion, bro. It's like, so we've been hitting the town. Actually, this whole fit I got out here, I got the sweatshirt from, I had to get me an NY, I had to get me the Drake OVO sweatshirt with the cements, fours, and I'm out here fresh. I had to be, dog. So
for sure.
Yeah, we're actually. I wish I could have got more stuff, but I can't be taking all kinds of stuff on the airplane.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'll charge you for another bag. But no, we've been definitely exploring, doing a little bit of shopping. I love coming back to New York, and you always can just see stuff you don't see in other places in New York. They always got the coolest shit. We're at the Kith store. We went up to Manhattan. We checked out. We walked past Supreme. My boy went and got some Babe stuff.
Oh yeah, I balled out at Babe. Like you said, we hit the Kith store. Supreme had this long ass line, man. I would have liked to go up in there, but
it was too long.
Time, we're kind of pressed for time out here. But my main thing I wanted to do was get my grub on. I've fucking been eating like non-stop the whole time since I've been here. Still not impressed with the pizza. I mean, maybe like y'all gotta put. I'm not impressed.
He only had one place, and it was my sister, so she was, I wouldn't have said it was the best pizza ever.
I did have a hot dog from one of the stands.
How was that?
Not great. It was not good.
Yeah, no.
It was not good.
Yeah.
It was not good.
No.
I
didn't advise it, but he wanted to just try it and say,
Yeah, but I just been snacking on street foods and all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah.
But, how about the fights this weekend? We went out to Madison Square Garden, MSG, legendary spot. It was a lot nicer than I expected it to be, dog. For being like such a huge city, New York, and the facility being,
it was classy, bro.
Yeah, it was actually.
It was like really, really nice. You know, and what was even cooler is we're out here with the MMA Island boys.
Yeah, we out here with the MMA Island homies. Shout out to them for hooking us up. You know, and you know, giving us that great experience, dog. It was
For
dope.
sure. You know, we were in the suite, you know, kicking it with cool people. It was good vibes. And not only that, the fights themselves were incredible. That was one of the sickest cards.
The fights were dope.
Yeah,
the
bro.
fights were sick.
So sick. There's too many fights to talk about, but we're going to, like, you know, tune it up to the top 3. But let's just start off with Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler.
Oh, yeah, bro. That fight right there did not disappoint. It was everything that everyone expected.
For sure.
And more, you know.
Yeah. Bro, it was everything. There was everything going on. It was such a good fight. I had Dustin winning that fight. Like, I thought Dustin was gonna win that fight, but don't get me wrong, there were a few moments in that fight where I thought, oh my God, like Chandler about to take this fool. Like,
man, you gotta love that from Michael Chandler. He always comes out, brings the heat, bro.
It seems like every fight he goes into, he hurts someone, and then he'll get hurt.
Yeah,
you know, but you love to see it. You know,
I mean, he's like a fan favorite,
for sure.
You know, in that regards as to coming out there and just leaving it all out there, bro.
For sure.
And Dustin Poirier himself, like one of personally my favorite southpaw MMA fighter ever is Dustin Poirier. Of course, I was rooting for him, and man, to go out there and see him, like, you know, get rocked a little bit and then come back, and it was crazy,
then win by submission too.
Yeah, and the fight almost ended in the first round. It's fucking dope.
It had like all the ups and downs that you want in a fight, like back and forth. You just don't know what's gonna happen until, you know, Dustin choked him. And yeah, it was an awesome performance, great fight. I seen some clips, I'm sure people have them too, on social media, with him like blowing his nose and all that blood hitting Dustin in the face. That shit was gnarly, bro.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like someone's on top of you and then you just got fucking snot rocket of blood on your face, like in your mouth? Like, come on, bro.
That's horrible.
Bro, that's nasty. And that's like some Terrifier shit, dog.
Oh, God.
That movie is too much.
Man, how about Wei-Lo?
Gwei-Lo.
Man, tell me she didn't look like a whole different weight class in there against Carla.
Is so strong looking and jacked and fast.
She was huge.
Yeah.
She was in there huge. Went out there and completely dominated, bro.
Completely. And that's what I assumed pretty much was going to happen. I bet the under on that. I thought Gwei-Lo was going to be too much to get the finish. And to be honest with you, it didn't look like Carla Esparza even wanted to be in there. I don't blame her, you know? Looking at someone like Gwei-Lo is, that's a hard, very, very hard proposition. And, you know, she'd be working with Billy, our boy Billy. Shout out to Billy.
Yeah,
Billy Bigelow.
Billy Bigelow, wrestling coach over at Syndicate.
He's been doing weeks and weeks and weeks with Gwei-Lo, and I've been talking to him and, you know, asking him what he thinks. And, bro, he was telling me that she's one of the strongest females that he's ever, you know, grappled with or worked with. So he was telling me she's a freak, and I could see that. I know how hard she works. She worked out of Bang Tao on Phuket with the boys, the Hickman Bros. So I definitely knew we were in for a strong performance from Gwei-Lo, and she clearly did that. But, you know, now it's going to be interesting because I feel like who's going to take her belt? I just don't see it happening.
Rose Namajunas.
You know, I mean, yeah, that kick was awesome, but like, you know, I feel that's like a 1 in a million now. Like, Gwei-Lo is a beast. I feel like she can do everything now, like to the highest.
She's 0-2 against Zhang. She won the decision against her when they were both non-champions after she lost the belt.
Yeah.
So now, like, Zhang Wei looks like she might beat everybody, but who knows?
I'd like to see Rose Namajunas again.
Yeah.
Why not?
Which she's probably the contender, right? Is she? Yeah. So it'll be Rose and. That's a good fight. That's a
matchup, I think.
That's a good fight.
I think Rose takes it again.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm down because it's all maybe styles make fights, and that fight that she had with Esparza, we were there. It was an ugly ass. That was an ugly ass fight.
Boring. I fell asleep.
He actually did.
I took a nap.
He genuinely slept.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be, I think, a real good fight that they could bring up and promote. But let's get on to the real money fight.
The main event.
Wow. What a fight. I know everybody's like, oh, the Chandler and Dustin, but like in terms of like the strategy and the level of striking that was on display, it was insane.
It was just one of those things of power versus skill and technique.
Like Izzy is so damn good. Like it's insane.
He looked amazing. His footwork, his timing,
speed.
his just everything. And who expected Izzy to be controlling the cage?
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
The clinch.
Wrestling in
Got
the cage.
takedown.
Almost ended the fight in the first round.
With that one.
How many fights did we see that night where it almost ended
in like
saved
the last
by the
second?
bell?
Yeah,
Saved
bro.
by the bell.
Yeah, bro. It was wild. And so I had an 8-pick parlay, and the last one that I needed to hit was Alex Pereira. And I'm watching that fight, and I'm just thinking, going in, I'm thinking Pereira's just too big. All he needs to do is land a couple combos, and I see it's an early night. But I just saw the speed difference and how technical and how masterful that Izzy was. He was styling, that's why they call him Stylebender. He literally was styling and made you see the level of striking. And then I just kept saying to myself, oh, he's 3-1 down going into that fifth. I was like, man, if Pereira can just put a few punches together, that's all he needs to do.
Yeah.
And I saw a video today, actually. Dana White was talking about in his corner, it was like some movie shit from Glover Teixeira. Pereira asked him, he's like, do I need a finish to win this fight? And they're like, yes, you have to knock this guy out for you to be the champion. He's like, you're going to be the champion in 5 minutes. He's like, go out there and knock this guy out. And he went out there and did that, bro. And it was crazy, bro. We were so hyped. Obviously, it was dope to win the parlay, but it didn't even matter to me because, like, the fight itself, the experience, the story, like, everything was just so crazy, bro. Like, we lost our voice freaking screaming at that shit. So, it was amazing. It was an amazing event. That's like going to be super historic, going down in history. In my opinion, is one of the most exciting cards that I've ever seen, not only in person, but just I think as ever. There was just so much action. It was just awesome. And the way that it ended was, it was exciting, And,
it was. It had everybody in the booth out of their seats, yelling. My voice is barely coming back.
Yeah,
it was just an amazing night. And, just the whole experience being at Madison Square Garden. Like, I even though we were all up in the box and stuff, I would still take the time. Like, I'm gonna go mingle in the crowd. Like, I personally love that. So I had a great time, going and checking in with the fans, and just walking around. Me personally, I love that shit. I don't mind taking pictures or like saying what's up. That's why I do it. Like, the fans are the reason why. They get me going and shit, So
for sure.
Anytime I'm ever around or at an event or anywhere, bro, I'm not too fancy to be, I appreciate the fans. So, like, don't be scared to say what's up when you see me. And if you think it might be me, odds are it's probably me.
I mean, it was cool to see how much love D-Raw was getting in New York. He was getting a lot of love. A lot of people were recognizing him and asking for photos and stuff. It was cool, man, and that's awesome. That's the beauty of the fight game, and like the whole experience was amazing.
It was tight. You know what I was excited to see? I liked seeing. There was like a weed, fucking.
Oh, the weed trucks.
Yeah, there's weed trucks out here.
Yeah.
I mean,
like food trucks, but weed trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just pull up on the side of the road.
Honestly, Cali weed still reigns supreme, bro.
Of course, how can it not? That's where it comes from.
Although I am surprised with the quality of weed out here. It's not bad.
No,
it's actually really good.
They got some good buds.
Yeah, we got as soon as people found out that I was out here, I started getting phone calls and messages like, yo, so shout out to everybody who looked out for us while I was out here. I actually haven't been able to get logged into my Instagram for some odd ass reason. Yeah. And so I've been having to do all my social media posts through Facebook, which goes to my Instagram. It's just a little process. It's all mixed up. But I promise y'all.
Just know.
I'm gonna cut. Yeah, because I'm sure y'all was thinking like,
where's he gone?
Yeah, I went into like some dungeon after my loss and then fucking just, I
went and cried in a corner for a week.
Yeah. I mean, I cried in the shower once. but fuck it. Like, I'm real. Cool. I want to let you know I'm alive and
hogging this shit.
This fool don't even smoke. He's off for the show.
Yeah, imagine a fake smoker. This motherfucker. Speaking of fake smoking, so we went to fucking Central Park yesterday.
Oh yeah, Central Park was dope as fuck. Honestly, that's kind of like, we did all the touristy shit. Went to Central Park. Ate some mushrooms.
We had some mushroom chocolate.
We ate some chocolate mushrooms at Central Park. I ended up buying some dope ass artwork for my crib back home. you know, some hand painting shit. I was like, wow, this is dope. You know, I stopped and as we kept walking, I started to see a few more other stands. So I was like, oh man, this fucking painting ain't so special. You know, I thought it was like,
Nah, it was.
yeah, no, but it's tight. It's tight. It's gonna look dope in my house. You know, I have something to remember New York, as well as all the clothes I bought out here. You know, I was like, yeah, I bought this Drake sweatshirt in New York, bro.
Nah, the artwork that he bought was sick. It was like from artists all over the world. It was oil painting, so like obviously you don't need to like worry so much about, you know, it's like stays in good quality, and it was dope. It was a nice, like, I would say, like efficient New York piece. You know, the yellow cab, the back scene of like Manhattan. It was cool. It's a very cool piece of art. Good purchase, I thought. And then we were just cruising around Central Park,
taking the subways. Subway system was tight. It's hella dirty, and honestly, like New York is actually kind of clean, bro. Like the streets ain't so bad. I mean, maybe because it's just the area we're around, or we're like in the fucking. I guess we're in the nice part. You know, we're in the nice. We gotta be in the nice part.
We are in the nice part. We're in the like.
You're next
like,
to Barclays, so.
Yeah, we're right next to Barclays, and it's like a newer area, developed area.
Oh yeah, you definitely could tell that there's like new buildings, and me personally, I could never live I could never live like this.
Like downtown,
it's too stacked up, too many people.
Yeah.
Like I'm more of like a house with the backyard kind of. Yeah.
Like I grew up like in this environment, and like I now that I've like lived by myself in big space and having space, trust me, silence and space wins every time. This is too many people, too much noise. I love going to it. I love spending time in the city, but I don't want to live in it. You know?
Yeah, like being yesterday in Times Square, like actually was amazing. It was fucking packed with people.
Yeah.
It was dope, and that's definitely not the vibe in downtown Los Angeles. Let's say.
No.
In downtown LA, you don't see like people like that. Like it's not like a bunch of people walking around outside. Like no, downtown LA is not like houses and shit. Like it's buildings and businesses. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like nobody really lives there.
And there's like not like stores and stuff there, right? Like
yeah, I mean like more towards like the arts district, but there's not really like over here there was like all the major
everywhere.
Stores. You know, and it's crazy. It's like totally different.
Yeah.
It's totally different. It's less. LA is more like widespread out and less stacked.
And it's flat. Yeah.
Yeah, over here
like
it's
not
just
high
like
rises. Everything is built all the way up.
Yeah, there's like there's how people live on top of like stores, you know?
Yeah,
shit. Like,
exactly.
It's crazy.
It's cool because like remember when we were talking about the architecture and you're like, wow, like some of the buildings in New York are just like you look at them and you're like, holy shit, like whoever built that however long ago, you're like, that was like impeccable design compared to like some of the stuff you see coming out now.
Yeah, a lot of the buildings are dope as fuck. I'm not even like, I don't really even be taking all kinds of crazy pictures like that, but yesterday I was like, maybe it was just the mushrooms. I was like in awe, like, oh my god, look at that, that's amazing.
He got touched at one moment. He said it to me. I was like, you're right, bro.
I feel touched.
But no,
I think
bro.
it was a picture that we took in Central Park.
Yeah,
like,
on
I
that
took
rock.
this dope ass panoramic pic, and yeah, the mushrooms were talking.
Yeah, he started to feel it, bro. And then we made our way to Times Square, and it was just such good energy. And you could, I don't know if it's just the shrooms, but you just like kind of get drawn like a fly to the light. You were like drawn to all the lights, and it was cool, man. We went out there, smoked a J, walked around, and made our way back to Brooklyn. But yeah, the trains were good, efficient system, and yeah, bro, it was cool. Like I really enjoyed the trip. It was good to see my family. Haven't seen my dad in 3 years, so you know, with COVID and him being stuck in Hong Kong, so it was cool for him. You know, cool to see him and see my sister, and you know, it was a good trip.
It was cool, definitely cool meeting your family, bro. That shit was tight.
Yeah, it was cool, and yeah, it's been a great experience coming out here and meeting people and networking and just excited for the new year, for the future with our podcast and you know, working with MMA Island, and you know, it's going to be exciting stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely big things coming up for me. Really, I'm just eager to get back in the cage. As soon as we get back to Cali, 100% back in there. Like
I'm going to be coming out there, getting some training with him.
This is probably the only time I feel like I've ever lost. Yeah, I have losses in my record. There was really close split decisions. And this is the first time I ever feel like I lost. So definitely have a lot to work on. But at the end of the day, I can't even be mad at him. It's fucking Neil Magny. That fucking dude's huge, bro. He's like super
big
long
boy.
in there.
Yeah,
It was hard for me to work my game, and it's definitely a learning experience, and kind of opened my eyes. So like, all right, if my game plan don't work, which has been working on everybody else, I need to
have a plan.
have a go-to somewhere else. So, yeah, bro. So definitely stay tuned for more fucking fight news from me. I'm gonna be ready for whatever. And
I have one thing I want to mention and talk about. November 20, FIFA World Cup.
oh, FIFA.
You know, if you don't know, I'm a big soccer, I call it football, it's the real one. But I'm a big fan of football. D-Rod, my boy over here, we're about to get him hooked on the World Cup. We're going to be, tuning in.
I fuck with the World Cup.
Yeah, you tune in.
I remember. I've always go for Mexico.
Of course.
USA
and Mexico, right?
Yeah. But first Mexico, then USA. I grew up off that shit. I grew up watching the FIFA World Cup,
Heck yeah.
playing that shit on video games.
Yep.
It's always fun.
Still my favorite video game. But I know those are the teams that you're supporting. But if you were to make a prediction on who you think is going to be the world champion, who would you put your money on? Talking betting perspectives here. I think the favorites. Let me tell you the favorites. I think they're Brazil, France, Argentina, Belgium. These kind of countries are the ones that are like the top dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of me feels like there hasn't been a South American champ for a bit. I feel like Argentina and Brazil.
I remember Brazil was
are
popular.
usually
They had like
always,
Ronaldo and all those fools. And
those guys are always
yeah.
putting out fire teams and sick players like Neymar and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you think Brazil? You going with Brazil?
They always got a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Brazil. Let's just say it now before the World Cup ends. We're gonna come back to that.
Yeah.
We can go Brazil. But yeah, definitely stay tuned. Let us know in the comments what's your favorite team? Who you guys think are
How
gonna win the World
about
Cup?
in Vegas now? Fucking Formula One's coming down.
That's right. That is big news. Formula One coming to Vegas. It's going to become potentially the car capital of America. Vegas, baby. It's going to be
Yeah,
right
they
in our
just had that
backyard.
huge car show recently too, and they're trying to bring that whole world into Vegas.
Yeah.
I personally think it's super interesting. It's a whole different sport. It's every year I go to the Long Beach Grand Prix. I know that's totally different, but just that whole experience is dope, and
Yeah.
definitely gonna be out here for the F1 in Las Vegas. It's gonna be
Yeah.
dope.
Next year. It's going to be cool, man. Like, now they got the Netflix series, and I'm definitely I'm getting behind the boys. Like I quite enjoy the behind the scenes of it. And those boys put in work. And imagine you're driving 200 miles and wow, like it's just like no joke, bro.
Yeah,
so you gotta respect the sport.
It's not like NASCAR.
Not at all. And
these guys are like braking and turning and hitting the fucking
it's work.
high acceleration shit.
It's work, and like these guys like train, like they're legit athletes, and there's big money in the sport, and it's exciting, and hopefully we're gonna make some contacts in Vegas and get some opportunities to go and watch F1 and interact with some of these people, and that would be something in the future. Hopefully we'll be talking about some stuff on the podcast, and let us know if you guys are F1 fans and who you guys think are gonna. I know Max is like killing the game. We always got Lewis Hamilton. Who are the guys that you guys like to watch, and of course let us know your FIFA picks. Now club soccer's on a break, club football. So we're back with the World Cup. NFL is still going.
Yep.
The Eagles are still killing it. My G-men are still fucking doing their thing.
Let's go Niners.
Niners won last night.
Just caught a W last night.
Yep. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for tuning in for our New York episodes, our first new location.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully next episode I'll keep you updated with my new what I'm up to in training.
Yeah.
Back in California, and I'm gonna be exploring. I'm gonna be exploring with the new teams and then trying new things. While I could say not in fight camp. So I'm trying to just so stay tuned for some dope ass news on who I'm training with, and stay tuned for that.
For sure. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, hit us up on YouTube. Follow MMA Island. Follow Culture Crooks. Follow all of this, all of it. You know, that all this information, all the knowledge, all the betting information coming up on this upcoming card. We'd love to maybe bust out another little mini episode at the end of this upcoming week, just to let you know for the last card coming up, last UFC card. You know, we wanna be with you people, let you guys know how to make some money. Made money this weekend on an 8-pick parlay. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank you guys for listening.
New York City, let's go.
Brooklyn.